Hey guys, what's going on? It's Jennifer Hammonds. So you can read the title. I didn't want to be doing a live about this today. I had some people say some really crazy things in my comments from my earlier live, and here's the thing. They said something along the lines of just, give it a rest. Give it a rest. I have this question. For all of you that have children, or if you have little brothers, little sisters, nieces, nephews, if any of them were missing right now, do you feel that you would just give it a rest because it's Thanksgiving? Do you feel that you would say, oh, it's Thanksgiving, little Johnny's not missing? Little Ann, Beth, they're not missing today because it's Thanksgiving. Or, let's just let the FBI deal with it. Let the police deal with it. We don't need, let's just turn a blind eye to it. Maybe it'll go away. So I'm going to talk some numbers. You ready for some numbers? Because this really it just aggravated me all day. And so I'm going to give you some real numbers. I haven't been telling y'all everything because I know that a lot of people don't want to hear it because they don't want to think it's true. I don't want to think it's true. It is true. So these are numbers from the FBI database, NCIC database of children that go missing each year in America. Not in any other country, in our country, in the USA, every year. You ready? 2015, 460,669 children. About 20,000 of that are found. 20,000 from 460,000 children. Sounds absurd. It is freaking absurd. Okay? About half of them are male, half of them are female. It's pretty much split down the middle. Let me see. That's 2015. 1 in 6 of those, 1 in 6, are they've pretty much guaranteed that they are in a human sex trafficking scenario. They have been stolen, abducted, whatever, and they are being trafficked for sex as children, as young as 3, 4 freaking years old. So maybe I should give it a rest because it's Thanksgiving. Nope, I won't. You can turn it off. You can turn it off. The numbers aren't going away. The children will continue to disappear. And if you think that I have a problem with, that's what another thing I want to address. This is not political. Yeah, a lot of Democrats are being, that's not my problem. Yeah, they happen to have a lot to do with it, but so did the Bush family. Republicans, they have a lot to do with it. This is not political. This is about something freaking very seriously wrong in our country. If you don't think that it's a problem, I don't know what to tell you. And here's another thing. If you want to keep turning a blind eye, keep doing that. If you don't share this, I'm not going to make you feel bad for not sharing it. Because that's what Obama would do with the gun grabbing situations of the fake Sandy Hook and all of that. But I'm not gonna make you feel bad for not sharing it because whatever. But that's why they keep getting away with it. That is exactly the reason. Because nobody wants to hear it. Nobody wants to sound crazy. Nobody wants to share that, oh my God, 460,000 people, children. This is under the age of 18. There's a whole different bracket for over 18. And these are like little kids, not 17-year-olds that ran away. And they were found on social media later, like colluding with, hanging out with their pals. No. 20,000 of those were found. Okay? 2016, 465,676. That is from the NCIC records of missing children. You can look it up. I'll actually put the link below so you don't have to go too far in case you don't want to look for it, which is fine. I understand people have lives. But here's what's upsetting me. That so many media outlets have been silenced because they're owned by these families, the Soros family, the Rothschilds, the Bushes. They're all controlled from all of these angles, and they're all silenced. They all know about it. They'll leak stuff out every now and then they'll like retract it because they are threatened. So many people that have come out with this information have been threatened. Their girlfriends have been killed. This is not a joke. And they don't find it a joke either. That's why they silence people by killing them. So maybe I should just... I've had messages from many people that are very genuine and they care. And they tell me, you know, Jennifer... And these are people that are not stupid people. These are people that prior military also, people that know things. And they're like, maybe you should watch what you say. Just, you know, you're already being censored. They're already watching you. Well, if we all did that, it would continue to go on forever. It would continue. So we can either take the chance and everybody stand up against this. This is not a black issue. This is not a white issue. It's not a Republican. It's not Democrat. This is children. I could go into all kind of other things, uranium one, this and that, giving all of our uranium away and all this. I'm going to focus on the children here, okay? Because that's what's important. 500 missing black and Latino girls went missing within 3 months at the beginning of this year. That's actually not a staggering number. And when I heard that, I was like, what do you mean it's not a freaking staggering number? Yeah, it is. But it's not a staggering number because it happens so often. That was just in the D.C. area. The Virginia and D.C. area. 500. But you know what? This is how they hide it. I'm going to tell you how they hide it. And how things, don't know where that person is. Because 86% of them come out of foster care. Or they're in foster care. Or any part of the Child Protective Services. I don't know what they're protecting because it's not the children. 86% of them, the ones that have gone missing, in general, in all the 460,000. So you can sit here and be complacent and say, well, my kids are safe at home. So I can just continue living my Brady Bunch life or whatever you want to say. And that's your own choice. I'm not going to tell you what to do. These are still little kids. They were not asked to be in a home that they couldn't even live in, got put into foster care, and now they're in the sex trade industry. They're being trafficked because nobody really cares. It's like, maybe they ran away. A 10-year-old with their backpack on walking away from school is a teen runaway? That's how they wanted to spin the narrative? I'm going with no. Possible? Anything's possible. But when it happens in those kind of numbers, not possible. And I'm sure many of y'all are wondering, well, where are all these children? That's almost 500,000 kids a year. Where are they? And that's the scariest part. A lot of them are still in the sex trafficking industry. But the other ones, this was really freaking disturbing. There are many politicians that rule, or, they use their power over these morgues and these crematoriums They just dispose of them. When they're done with them, they dispose of them. Who's going to ask about them? The majority of them were in Child Protective Services. Nobody's going to believe the crackhead mom or the dad that had no idea what was going on in the family because maybe he went to jail for some frivolous marijuana charge. Who's going to believe them? And they know that. Huffington Post earlier this year came an article. A number of police officers have been arrested for human trafficking. Could this be related to the missing DC girls? Did anybody see that on mainstream media? I freaking didn't. But it's still there in the Huffington Post. I'll link it down below. And this is another way how they keep it secret. They use people like police officers as either they infiltrate the police department with these terrible people. I'm a big back the blue. I support police officers, but we all know that there are dirty cops. They infiltrate. They know what they can get away with, and they're allowed to, and that's how they cover it up. They infiltrate these police officers, or they force these police officers to do things and then blackmail them. And that's how they keep this charade going on. That's how they've been keeping this charade going on. What else do I have? So, this number's pretty crazy considering the population is only about, what, 20% black? 169,000 of those 169,000, almost 179,000 of them are black. And why is that? Whether you want to admit it or not, I have worked at inner city school. I've seen firsthand what goes on. I see what goes on in those communities, how the legislation is not doing anything for those kids. They're not doing anything for those families. Am I saying they're all upstanding citizens? Hell no. Let's get real. There's not all upstanding citizens in the suburbs. Get real. But with these children, it's like a totally different world. The school that I worked at was probably 15 minutes from my house. And it was a totally different world. Completely different. The community didn't care. They all it was different. Like I would go and say, this is not right. Like, how are you doing this? This makes no sense. And they're like, don't worry about it. They're stupid. They're idiots anyway. And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Are you kidding me? It's insanity. And so they keep them in this horrific trap of, let's just keep throwing Medicaid at them and food stamps, and maybe they won't say anything. And they keep them suppressed. And I'm not saying black people in general are suppressed. I'm saying as a community, a whole, that's what's going on. And they target these people because it's easy. Because these single mothers have 5 kids or something. And so when one goes missing, nobody's going to believe her. Now, oh, she just ran away. No, that's not what is happening. That's why the lady that was head of Amber Alert was indicted for all kinds of crimes. I can't remember her name. I meant to write it down. I'll try to link that below too. These numbers are staggering. They're disgusting. And I mean, if you think this is okay, if you think that I'm like making this up, that's one thing. Go research it. I want you to. Because I would love to show you the things that I have found. But I'm not going to do that on here because I'll get X. They probably are about to drop my channel anyway, my Facebook anyway. But you know what? It doesn't matter. These children matter. No, I don't know them. But they mean something. They're not just garbage that can be thrown around used by these freaking disgusting politicians and Hollywood elitists in these Satanist freaking occult nonsense. I know you don't want to hear that either. I sure didn't either. Like, what? No, the Bushes, they're Christian. Like, what? No. Not the case. Unfortunately, very much not the case. People want to say Obama's Muslim. I beg to differ. I feel that he's Luciferian. You do the research, you tell me what you think. It saddens me, and what saddens me most is that people are so dismissive of it. I see it on other people's YouTube channels and stuff like that, how much they're trolled by people who are actually paid to troll them and put crazy stuff in their comment boxes, try to get them shut down and this and that. And I see that, so I understand it. But being on my own platform, on my page, I would hope that the people that I surround myself with are people that actually care about children in some aspect, and that do not feel that child pedophilia is in any way acceptable. I mean, and it's not just it's not like a 17-year-old with a 30-year-old. These are freaking babies. Babies. And everybody keeps turning a blind eye. I'm not saying nobody. The mass majority of people are too scared to share it, too scared to talk about it. I'm not going to be that person. If that's your decision, that's your decision. But after knowing this information, I don't see how anybody could stay silent about it. Because it's only a matter of time that it's gonna, that's 86% that were in Child Protective Services. What about the other 14%? They're coming from the suburbs, coming from your house, my neighborhood, my friends' neighborhoods. What about those kids? What about, I mean, I'm not saying that our kids are any better just because we don't have them in Child Protective Services, but I feel that that's why a lot of people dismiss it. Those kids they weren't born to want to be in Child Protective Services at 2 years old because maybe their mom's husband, whatever, stepdad is beating them, so they're in Child Protective Services. Oh, wow. Now they get put into a sex child ring, a pedophile ring, shipped over to Haiti and Fiji. Maybe we should all just pretend it doesn't happen. Maybe that would make us feel better. That's what we've been doing for a very long time. That's why it continues. And whether you agree with me or not, it doesn't matter. I would not disagree with you. You can have your opinion on whatever. I know in my heart that the reason that Donald Trump won this election was based on many things. But the reason that he was asked, he didn't just like pop out of nowhere. He was asked to run by the military. There's tons of research, and I'm sure that most of you won't do the research, and that's fine. You can go by what I say, research it, or dismiss it. But he was asked because there were so many people tired of seeing this. The corrupt, the pedophilia, the people trying to get into these wars that we don't even need to be in. This war that we're still in that makes no freaking sense. When I joined, I was actually signing my papers on 9/11. And obviously I couldn't because the federal buildings were shut down. But after 9/11, that made me want to join even more. I was like, of course, I'm joining. This is crap. What is this? Well, things don't always appear as what they seem. I don't regret a day of me serving, ever. I support my country 100%. This is what I want. I want the corruption. The corruption's always going to be there in this amount and this amount. But this is vast, extreme, unconscionable cover-ups and child freaking, I mean, oh my God. You know, once it brought it to the children, it's like, I don't see how anybody can keep turning a blind eye to it. I understand the mainstream media, they are pressured by higher forces that write their checks. But even them, there's been many of them that have left because they would no longer stay silent. And they are now YouTubers or, you know, something, and they're speaking out. The paperwork's all there. You just have to research it. Every single email, every despicable, disgusting freaking word that these freaking freaks talk about these children like they are a freaking piece of pizza. That might sound freaking crazy. Yeah, it sounds freaking crazy because it is freaking crazy. It's disgusting. Today's my son's birthday. He's 5. My boys are both 5. And my daughter is 12. I couldn't imagine losing any of them. I really couldn't imagine not knowing where they are and wondering if they are being sex trafficked. Could you imagine being that parent? So, the only way, I mean, a lot of pedophiles have been arrested this year. A lot more than any other year ever. Yes, I attribute that to Donald Trump, and I attribute to the amazing people that have spoken out. But we need more people speaking out. Because otherwise, it's going to get swept under the rug. It's going to continue getting swept under the rug, even if they are indicted. You know, there's a lot of other things going on, and I feel that there's a few people already on house arrest and stuff like that. I'm very excited about that. John McCain being one of them. Decorated war hero, I thought. Hillary Clinton. Them all wearing those weird boots. Yeah. Well, John McCain decided to wear his boot on the wrong freaking foot. Apparently, he was able to have his monitor changed to the other foot. But you'll need to stop, like, just thinking that the mainstream media is the only place, because that's what everybody tells me. I haven't heard anything about this. Well, of course you haven't, because they've been pushing it under the rug. All of the people that are running all of the banks, all of the everything, they're running all of it. They can say and do and report on whatever they want. And that's it. You deviate from that, you lose your job. You deviate from that, you get killed. Clinton body count is what, up to 70 now? 70. That we know of. That yet nothing has been done. All these Secret Servicemen that worked for the Clintons, how do like 10 Secret Servicemen suspiciously die? Healthy 40-somethings. Yeah, no one talks about Puerto Rico. No one talks about a lot of things. It's like, oh, Hurricane Harvey? Oh, where are all those homeless people? No, I'm not going to get into that, because that goes way too deep. But I hope that you at least share this, or discuss it. Speak out. And if not, I'm not saying you're part of the problem, but you can take that as how you want. Because honestly, I'm not okay with this, and I don't see how anybody is okay with this. And all the trolls that want to put stupid freaking comments on my post, the only reason that you're doing that is, you know the reason. Because I went to their pages. There were sick freaking pictures on their pages. And they want to come after me and put stupid comments on my post because I'm exposing it. And they want to say, why do you care? What is wrong with you? You have AIDS. Like, stupid, like, character attacks. Like, how ridiculous are you? Well, I'll go to your page and you have freaking sick crap on your page. It's so much deeper than we would ever thought. You know, we always, when we see these missing kids on TV, we think that, oh, one kid out of a billion kids a year go missing. Absolutely not. That's just the ones that are reported. That are the ones that catch the media attention. The pretty little white girl that has the blue eyes that catches everybody's attention. Or the light-skinned black girl that has the pretty curls. You don't believe me? Think about it. Because it's true. There's so many kids that go missing every year. It needs to stop. You can be part of the resistance. You can be part of whatever you want. I'm not telling you what to do with your life. I'm giving you the information. I'm going to put some links below, because there's some things that I just won't openly talk about on here, because I don't think that a lot of people could handle if I just said everything at once. So I'm going to get off here and go build some more Legos. I built a little Lego garden house with my son earlier. He needs me to build a helicopter, so I'm going to go build a helicopter. I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving, and I hope this wasn't an inappropriate time. I'm sure it's not an inappropriate time for all those parents or those kids. Bye, guys.